If you search for Delaware C Corp for foreign founders, you'll find hundreds of forum threads full of confident, contradictory advice. One person says LLCs are fine, another says you'll get rejected by investors on the spot. But almost none of these anecdotes cite an actual number, not a real tax bill or a real IRS timeline. Today, we're stripping out the vibes and putting the actual figures back in to show you why the Delaware C Corp is the standard for a reason. Let's break down the functional reality of U.S. venture capital. Do investors require a Delaware C Corp? Formally, usually not. Y Combinator, for example, doesn't write it into their application. But functionally, the answer is yes. Institutional investors expect a C Corp before a priced round closes because U.S. venture terms, stock options, and preferred stock structures are all written around Delaware's general corporation law. If you show up with an LLC, you'll likely be asked to perform a Delaware flip, a conversion process that adds weeks to a time-sensitive fundraise. Furthermore, many funds have structural constraints. Their own tax-exempt or foreign partners often cannot hold LLC interests without massive tax complications. It's not just a preference, it's often a legal requirement for the fund itself. For you as a non-resident, the C Corp offers two major mechanical advantages. First, it acts as a blocker for ETB US exposure. If you manage a US LLC, you risk pulling your worldwide income into the US tax net. A C Corp keeps that liability inside the company. Second, only C Corp stock is eligible for QSBS treatment, which can exclude a massive portion of your gains from taxes during a future sale. Now, let's talk about the traps. The most expensive mistake is the franchise tax trap. If you authorize 10 million shares with no par value, Delaware could send you a bill for over $75,000 in year one, even with zero revenue. Structured correctly with a low par value, that same company pays just $400. Then there's the EIN bottleneck. If you don't have a U.S. Social Security number, your IRS processing time is 15 to 30 days via fax or mail. Since you can't open a bank account at places like Mercury or Brex without an EIN, this is your actual timeline bottleneck. Finally, watch the penalties. Form 5472 is required for any corporation that is at least 25% foreign-owned. Missing it carries a $25,000 penalty per year. And never forget the 83B election. You have a hard 30-day window from your stock purchase date to file. There are no extensions. Miss it, and you could be taxed on the rising value of your shares as they vest, rather than their initial value. The goal isn't to avoid the U.S., it's to get the mechanics right the first time so these undoable mistakes don't sink your startup.